What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another gold making video. Today I'm on my mage because we are going around the world farming up all of the polymorph tomes. So you will need your mage for 4 out of the 5. The polymorph turtle, actually, you don't need anything other than level 450 fishing. We have several confirmed drops, and if you look on Wowhead as well, the only thing you need is to have 450 fishing. You don't need to be on a mage. And that's kind of awesome because the Polymorph Turtle Tome is absurdly expensive. It has a region market value of 138,000 gold. And I think it's mostly because it's, one, a very rare drop out of any fishing pool in Kata. And two, people hate fishing. People are not willing to go out and fish in fishing pools. Now, personally, we're not going to show this one on stream, but I will point out I did make a really good, fantastic Forgotten Farm Friday video about fishing in Deepholm for the albino cave fish. So if I were you, I would go out there and kind of do two things at once: get your albino cavefish and also potentially fish up your Tome of Polymorph Turtle. Really, really fantastic. So the other one that we're not really, it's not necessarily a farm that I'm going to discuss because it's more of a vendor spotlight too. So we're located actually here in Old Dalaran. So really, really nice and easy because you can just use your portal right here and do Portal Dalaran Northrend. So we're standing right outside of Sister Sorceress here because we're about to go after the one tome that you can still buy. But for anybody who needs a map, it is right here next to the Silver Enclave. So we are going to head in here. This is actually a limited supply item as well. So you see there's only one up on the auction house, the Tome of Polymorph Black Cat. My one hesitation in recommending that you buy this is it will have a very, very, very high posting fee because the cost of the item is 2,250 gold. Now, as long as you can sell it faster than you're going to lose gold basically from the posting fee, then it's going to be worth it. But I always am very, very hesitant about selling this one. This one, I know a lot of people have success selling it. I just personally have been a little cautious about it. The other ones, on the other hand, are 100% worth it. But just wanted to point this one out because I did kind of want to do a full guide of all of the different polymorph tomes. So there's your Black Cat one. We will just buy it for the sake of this video. And let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Tome Polymorph Polar Bear Cub. Now this has a region market value of nearly 50k gold. So crazy, crazy, crazy good. This one here, the reason I wanted everybody to port to Northrend first is because you fly directly south from Dalaran here. So fly south, and then down here in Dragonblight is where you get these. So I personally like flying and farming on the eastern side. I know in my previous Forgotten Farm video, I recommend kind of flying around Agmar's Hammer. But I was testing this the other day. So Agmar's Hammer is still really, really good. You just fly around, and then if you haven't gotten the respawns yet, you kind of fly up here. And polar bears go all the way up until about right in this area here. However, I've had a really, really, I'm going to zoom in real quick. I've had a really, really good luck lately farming kind of in New Hearthglen and then just west of Venom Spite. So there's a little route and I can show you as we talk. So you are after these guys right here, the Arctic Grizzlies. So I have a macro that I made where it's just a simple /target macro. So this is our endpoint here of the loop. It's basically like a gigantic circle, but I killed those ones over there. There are a couple right over here in between all of the humanoid mobs. I'm not seeing, like there's one over there. I fly over this way over here. So the polar bear, the reason it's so expensive, well, one, because you have to farm on a mage, and two, it has a 0.5% chance to drop. I did this on stream a while ago, and so we kind of flew around. There were 5 mages, and so we flew around as a party and just killed the grizzlies. Oh, look at that one, kind of stuck in the snow there. We flew around and killed the grizzlies all together. So within an hour of farming, we had one person who ended up with like 3 of the tomes, and then nobody else got any of them. So the biggest key here is to be patient. Be patient, they will drop eventually, and it's definitely worth it when you get it. It's a little bit of a slow seller, but it's absolutely worth it. So here are all of your Arctic grizzlies. So I think this is the last one right here. And then you fly up over this way where I was at before. So we'll just head right back over that way. But like I said, so this one is a nice little loop, and I find by the time I've done my loop here, the first one will have respawned. So I will show you on the map real quick. So there's our final one there. So I like to do, it's kind of a loop right here. So I start here, kind of go around this way here. There are a couple right here, and then I come back up this way. So just a nice little change of scenery in case you were sick of farming at Agmar's Hammer. But that's it for our polar bear cub, and let's move on to the next. Next up, we have the Tome of Polymorph Porcupine. So it is this one right here. It has a region market value of 37.9k, so basically 38k. Once again, really expensive for something that's pretty easy to farm up. It just has a little bit of a low drop rate. So for this one, we are located right here in Jade Forest. This is really easy. As a mage, you can just teleport to Org and then just take the Jade Forest portal in the portal room. So my route here, I almost don't want to say I have a route just because the porcupines are so plentiful here. Like, they are everywhere. The smoky porcupines are what you're after. It's a 0.3% drop chance, but honestly, any porcupine will be able to drop it. So I can kind of fly around and show you just how many porcupines there are. But it's crazy. Just, there are so many, like, you cannot run out of them to farm. Whereas with the polar bear, you actually do kind of, you'll have to wait a tiny bit for respawn sometimes, but you can just constantly like kill one, mount up, and then fly to the next one. And it's insane how many porcupines there are here. So let me open my map and kind of show you where I'm at. Just basically anywhere here, anywhere in where, I guess kind of in Dawn's Blossom here, but honestly, like here, let me zoom in a little bit, but you can just kind of fly like in a gigantic loop here. And you don't even need to do the entire thing. Like if you just want to do like tiny circles even, you could totally do that. They're just, the amount of porcupines is insane. I haven't had a lot of success doing this in a group. I generally do this as a solo farm. Now you could easily do kind of the same thing I did with the polar bear cub, where like you can group up and kill them at the same time and kind of increase the chances of somebody getting them. It's a little too spread out, unfortunately, for people to like run around and kill and then have other people be able to loot the same mobs. So like I said, I generally like to do this as a solo farm, and it takes me generally half an hour or so, maybe 40 minutes to get one. It does take a while, and like I said, these do kind of take a while to sell as well, but that's okay because you have it and it will eventually sell because they are really cool, honestly. But that's it for the porcupine. Let's move on to the next one. Last but not least, we have this one here, the Tome of Polymorph Monkey. Now, I find this one the easiest to get, and not necessarily because it has the best drop rate, but mostly because you can hyperspawn these mobs, and they are really, really close together. So unlike the other ones, you don't really have to fly around. You can just kind of like use blink as you kill them, and gosh, it's so quick. They hyperspawn so quick here. So these ones here, the Hosen Ravagers, they have a 0.6% chance to drop the Polymorph Tome. Now, it also is the least expensive here. The region market value is 3.5k. It's actually going for 5k on my server, so not terrible. I sell quite a few of these though. It actually has the highest region sale rate as well with 0.04. The others are all around 0.02, so kind of a nice seller. I like to come out here and farm up maybe 5 to 10 of them, and that way I don't have to come back. But these ones, like I said, crazy quick on getting them. This is actually an alliance questing area. Once again, we are down in the Jade Forest right here. We are at the very, very southernmost tip right here. So we are located in, it's called the Wreck of the Vanguard, I believe. But basically, you are just south of Powdon Village right there. So yeah, really easy. Can do a quick overview, but every single one of these monkeys here that are running around, they all drop the Tome of Polymorph Monkey. So crazy easy to get this one. And that's kind of why I saved it for last, because the other ones are kind of like you might spend a lot of time out there. Whereas this one here, you should be able to get one hopefully within like 10 minutes at a minimum. And now if you have a group, Like I said, you can hyper spawn this and you can get, gosh, you can get them so quickly. Like I think we did this one point on stream and I think I ended up with like maybe 25 of them in an hour. Like it was absolutely insane how many you could get. So yeah, obviously once it's much better with a party for this one, but you can very easily get them by yourself as well. But quickly to recap, we can go through the prices of all of them together. So if you were to come out and farm all of these, and we're just going to exclude the polymorph turtle, just because I feel like it's a little bit, like it's different enough where we can talk about the gold that you can make without having to go out and fish, right? So if you add up all of the region market values for all of the other ones, you actually can make about 100K selling these tomes. Now, obviously, with the turtle, it goes even crazier. So if you can get the turtle tome up on your auction house, you could potentially make up to 238K, which is just absolutely insane for something that really isn't that difficult. It's just a matter of time and patience, especially for the fishing one here. But just like I said, to recap, we are out here in the Jade Forest again for this one. So you can get the Monkey Tome down here. You can get the Porcupine up here in Dawn's Blossom. And then you can get the Polar Bear out here in Northrend. You can get it in Dragonblight either here by Venom Spite in New Hearthglen, or you can go to Agmar's Hammer. And then for the Black Cat, you just go to Dalaran and you purchase it by a vendor. And then finally, if you would like to go to Deepholm, I recommend going to the Crimson Expanse to fish up the albino cavefish. So that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for checking in the mage guide here, the Tome of Polymorphs. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.